Hotkey Books presents The Island, written by M.A. Bennett and read by Jameson. The People on the Island. Lincoln Selkirk, a nerd. Flora Altunian, an emo. Sebastian Loam, a jock. Miranda Pencroft, a gorgeous girl. Ralph Turk, a delinquent. Jun M. Lee, a high achiever. Gilbert Egan, a dork. Disc 1. Ode to Joy. Ludwig van Beethoven, 1785. Prologue. The first thing I remember about the island is opening my eyes and seeing nothing but sand. Up really close, like it was under a microscope. It sounds stupid, but I didn't realize until that moment that sand up close just looks like a bunch of tiny rocks all stacked together, like that crumbly brown sugar you have in England. My head, on the side that I was lying, felt as though it had been squished flat, like my skull had morphed from an English football shape to an American football shape. I blinked and tried to focus. Something was rushing towards my face. It was warm salt water. It splashed into my mouth, making me gag, then rushed away again as quickly as it had come. Then, a few seconds later, it was back, and this time it brought something with it. I put out a hand that didn't seem to belong to me and caught up a spidery black shape, bringing it closer to my face. It was my 4-pound pair of glasses from Tiger, still intact. I sat up, and my head throbbed once, hard. I washed my glasses in Massey, and out of habit I put them on, the water from the lenses falling down my face like tears. It was so hot, the tears dried almost at once. I wiggled my jaw. It hurt. Then I explored the teeth on the right side of my face with my tongue. They felt a bit wobbly, but there were no gaps, just the sharp edge of the tooth that had been cracked where I'd been punched in games. My mom had been hounding me to get it fixed for weeks, but I hadn't gotten around to it. I guess now it would have to wait a hell of a lot longer. I looked down at the rest of me. I didn't seem to have any injuries. My skinny white arms were all right, and my skinny white legs seemed okay too. I had no mirror, so I couldn't check my football head, but I looked down my shirt and my torso seemed good too, its usual puny concave self, with about as many hairs as Homer Simpson's head. Pathetic for a 16-year-old, but good. The white shirt and khaki shorts that I'd worn on the plane were a bit scrubbed and ripped, and somehow I'd managed to lose my sneakers. My long white feet were bare. But, all things considered, I was in pretty good shape for someone who'd just fallen from the sky. I looked around me. I was on a classic SpongeBob SquarePants island, with palm trees and green sea and blue sky. A golden sun was burning down from overhead. I'd never been so hot in my life, not even back in Palo Alto. I could hear my own breathing inside of my head, and outside of my head I could hear the sound of the tide washing in and out. The island was breathing too. There was a sudden, delicious breeze, and another sound was added to the mix. This sort of whispering of the wind in the palm trees. The big glossy leaves were wagging about, above these huge green coconuts dangling in pairs below them. Inland, beyond the palm trees, was a jungly wilderness and a high green hill. Of course, I didn't know right then that I was on an island, but it sure as hell looked like one. Behind me there was a long scar in the sand, as if I'd been pushed or dragged along the beach as I'd landed. Far along the beach were scattered white somethings, which I figured must be bits of the light aircraft my class and I had taken off. I got up from the beach slowly, spitting sand, my legs wobbling like a new foal's. My eyes, nose, and mouth were full of sand. I blinked and hawked and spat. The right side of my head, the squashed side, hurt like hell, but I didn't care.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?